So back to code with Gabriel section, and this module is going to be the continuation of the former modules that talks about form validation. So let me just show you real quick how to pull out this each of the value in this form one by one, how to pull it out now. So let's go and get started. So we select form, so which is going to be the real form, our form right here. So it's going to start from the form. So we're going to say document dot forms, and by then we can go ahead and grab the name of our form, which is registration form. If I can type, so we can validate the name of the form by going up right here. So this is the registration form, this number. So we can select first name, since the next thing is first name, by just getting the form. So this returns an array for us that contain the value of the child of this form. So each input, it returns it to us. So we can just go ahead by getting by the first name. So to validate what I'm saying that it contains the array, let's just do something like consider the log to form. So let's consider the log form real quick. So if I go to the console now, as you can see, we have the form and it's contained the div, and each of the div, obviously it contains their first name, last name. So this is real quick. Let's just do something, the same thing we did in the code. We can do document dot forms, pull out the name for ourselves, like registration form. Let's see. Oh, I have let's see. So it still return the same thing. So we have the form object, which means that we can go ahead and get it with terms like that. So I'm refresh this quick. I don't want to bore you too much with that, so just know that it comes like array. So we can select the last name, thank you, for form, then we can go by last name. You see, I've actually switched to Chrome. The reason why I switched to Chrome is I realized that there's some catchy problem, usually catchy problem with Firefox when you work with too much of JavaScript at times. So it's always happen with Chrome too. I just prefer Chrome is still debuggable by me, so I can still clear my data up in Chrome, so it won't really affect me much. First name, last name, let's pull out the rest. So the email, cost of form, and then we can go by the email. Another thing I didn't show you that I did right beside you are this, and the type of the email that I set before, I changed it to text because I don't want the browser to validate the form for us by default. And another thing is that I created a keep record, in I created a just a plain pure HTML page, so that whenever the form is valid, we go to the registry, the registration successful page, that to know that the form is actually valid. Let's continue, guys. So to keep this in track, I put it back to text. All right, that's all. Let's continue. So we can now let the password locate gender now. So we just need to get the form where it is actually equals to the gender, and we can just get our password now. So thank you. We can just put it out by getting password real quick, and we can just let the confirm password. So let's say confirm pass. So just put it out the same way. So we can do confirm password. All right, this is nice now. So we have almost all the values in our form that we set up right here. To get the value, this is not going to return the value. To always get the value, we can always do for example, if you know the value of the first name, you can say first name dot value. That's it. So let me just show you real quick how this works. I'm not going to show you everything, but at least you get the concept of it. So I can alert first name dot value, and I think that's going to be undefined, so it's going to be empty for now. But right, because I need to find the mechanism to type this here and before it works. Don't mind all this is just some I don't know why it's bringing that by default. So maybe because I've worked with some form and did that, is bringing about default. So let's just go ahead and create a function that is going to invoke whenever we click on the submit button. So you can just do the function, then undo, I would like to call it undo form. So this function is just going to handle form, and let's alert the first name dot value. So right here on our submit button, we can do some on click, and we are going to undo form for real. So what we are doing is that whenever this button is clicked, we want it to go ahead and undo the form real quick. Okay, let's refresh this, and let me just pull this, and you can see that we have the value being alerted to us, which means that we get this the value of each of these form successfully. We are able to get it. If it is the last name, it should work. Let me just show you real quick before I round up this video, because I really don't want to make the video really long. Okay, so let's just go ahead now. The last name, so we have the Gabriel. All right, so in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how you can validate this input, so that where we want only names, we don't put in number. Where we want only number, we don't put in name, and something like that. All right, see you in the next tutorial, guys.